This is private property. You are not authorized to be here.
I'd put those guns down now if I were you.
So this film is a remake to the 1987 original. How on earth are you gonna top this?
Your move, creep.
Robocop is directed by Jose Padilla, and he's best known for making the Elite Squad films. The title character, Alex Murphy, is portrayed by Joel Kinnaman. He's best known on the AMC show The Killing as the character Steven. The film also stars Gary Oldman, Michael Keaton, and Samuel L. Jackson. The plot is loosely based off the original film, because come on, who wants to see a shot-for-shot remake of a film? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Anyways, the plot. Omnicorp is the center of military technology, and their CEO is Raymond Sellers, played by Michael Keaton. They supply military technology all over the world to protect citizens, except for the US, because they don't believe in putting robots onto our streets. So, they have to come up with a marketing idea to get people more involved with this product that they want to do. They need to make something so the nation can get behind it and root for it. So, the ultimate task is to put a man into a machine. That way, they can get the vote and make all this stuff happen in America. We cut to title character Alex Murphy, the Detroit City police officer who's out solving crimes with his partner Lewis, who's played by a man this time. I didn't know how I felt about that. They get a lead about a corrupt cop who might be doing some arms deals in the shadows when people aren't looking, so they try to tell their captain about it, but she doesn't believe Murphy, says it's not his territory and he should stay out of it. He doesn't listen to her though and decides to stay with the case, along with Lewis, who's recovering in the hospital after trying to get their lead. The corrupt cop decides he needs to cut loose ends with Murphy and Lewis and make sure they don't do anything else to ruin his operation. He sends 2 more corrupt cops to get rid of Murphy. They plant a bomb on his car, and when he goes home to his family, he starts to notice that his car alarm's going off. He goes outside and boom! Murphy pretty much gets blown up. Now, not into a million pieces, which I was surprised, probably because of the PG-13 rating, but he gets severe burns and he might die. But in comes Omnicorp, who give his wife the opportunity so he can go through the Robocop program, and it could save his life. She's a little skeptical about it at first, but she decides to go ahead and sign the papers and give it a shot. And now we have our movie. Trying to compare this to the original film is no easy task at all. Don't get me wrong, I'm open to remakes. There's actually been some pretty good ones. Dread, that was a good remake. I, Frankenstein, no, that was a horrible movie. So you can understand my skepticalness about this whole ordeal. The original one I have on Blu-ray. I love it with all my heart. I watch it pretty much all the time. I could quote a lot of the scenes too.
Drop the gun. You are under arrest.
And all the promotion they put out for this film didn't make me feel any safer about my decision if I was gonna like this or not. I was actually scared this was gonna suck. To my amazement, this was pretty good. I actually like this film a lot, surprisingly. Joel Kinnaman does a great job as Robocop. I was honestly shocked. I kept thinking, this guy has not been in hardly any movies at all. He's a no-name actor. There's no way he could pull this off. Peter Weller, who was the original Robocop, would be proud because he did a very good job. He did very good at acting and doing all the emotions, and the voice. The voice was very great. I'm not giving enough credit to the other characters, though. Gary Oldman was probably my favorite character in this movie. He plays Dr. Norton, the guy who creates Robocop. It's just Gary Oldman. You gotta love the guy. He is such a great actor and really deserves an Oscar. Michael Keaton plays the villain. He's okay. He's not that great, but it's Michael Keaton. I like him good enough. Samuel L. Jackson is doing what Samuel L. Jackson does best. He's Pat Novak. He's this guy who runs like this political talk show, and he's the host, and every time he was on screen, I just loved it. Everything Samuel L. Jackson says is pretty much gold. The girl and the boy that play Murphy's wife and son actually do a very good job in this film, and that's something that was missing from the original. We didn't get to know too much about them except for flashbacks, and just to see them represented in this builds a more emotional bond with the family that is going on right there. This film pays good tribute to the original. It doesn't try to be better than it, and it doesn't try to tarnish it. But that's something I was disappointed. I hope they were going to try to raise the bar and try to make this hopefully better than the original, but sadly that wasn't the case. The music from the first film was in this, and it got me pumped up to where my hair was standing up. I loved it. So there are a lot of great things to like in this movie, but it did have some flaws. Some of it was just a little bit too fast-paced for me, plus the ending was kind of lackluster. It felt just rushed, and I wish they would have just done it a little bit better, you know, just edited better and a little bit more details, because I don't know, I just felt just a tad bit unsatisfied. I also didn't know how I felt about Lewis being a guy this time. In the original, Lewis was played by a woman, and they had a much stronger partnership than they have here. Here we only see them like in a few scenes together being partners. In the original, you got to know a lot about their partnership, and that's what you loved watching, is just seeing them work off each other and collaborating. That's something that was missing in this, and I was mad about that. Plus, I was pretty ticked off that this film wasn't rated R. It needed to be rated R. You don't make Robocop PG-13. Other than that, I'm impressed, Hollywood. You did a good job here. Thank you for not ruining a great film. I'm gonna give Robocop a B+. I liked a lot of things about it. It's by no means better than the original, but I'm probably gonna watch it again anyway. Well guys, as always, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe, and until next time, I'll see you at the movies.